Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. Happy Friday, everybody. We are going to go through SPX on the daily time frame. We're going to be quick about this. Go through the other indices. That's IBIT and MJ. We'll also look at the VIX and then the 65 on SPY. And I'm not going to go through all the indicators. I'm going to be very clear and concise on this. What I think is a dead cat bounce. Of course, other scenarios can happen. And as a matter of fact, I waited for this specific time to do the video. So when we go down to that 65 minute, I can show you exactly the interpretation of our setup here. Okay. All right. So make sure you stick around. And we're doing this just about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube member. We do additional YouTubes. I did quite a few of them today on the lower time frames and kind of giving the game plan path for premium members. But 99 cents a month to join. It comes with the cheddar data, and we'll talk about the Darkpool prints that we get in the Discord. And yeah, let's do this. All right, SPX on the daily time frame. We have a weekly. I'll go through the weekly video this weekend, and it's quite telling. So the setup is still very bearish in my opinion. I know that there's other sides to it. So I do think we have a lower high, and we're setting up for on a lesser degree a 1-2 setup here. Okay, just to say in a nutshell, we have our McClellan oscillator. We're getting our bounce around the zero line, so we're at kind of this neutral point, which is natural because we have our first move down, and you have a lot of buyers in here that aren't convinced that we're going to go any lower. Now, I know we've been watching this trend line here. That's getting kind of old for us. It's not really in play anymore. So we're going to look at this as a equilibrium at this point. All right, it's a lot more clear on the cues, and we'll put it in a simple way. Like I said, clear and concise. You break up or break down from these spots on the daily time frame, and you should have some nice continuation. Obviously, you're going to have the bulls that are saying this is 1-2 setup, boom, boom, and we go much higher. And then you're going to have the bears that are saying, hey, you're making lower highs now. All right, so we're in this equilibrium, higher lows, lower highs until that resolves. Then we can't be for sure about anything. All right. Here's your RSI. We get that oversold bounce that really gave us fuel for the downside, but we're watching the slow stochastic. So after this daily close, I want to see how far this bad boy goes. And then from that point, whether it oscillates to the full strength here, the full way, or if it starts a downtrend, okay? And we're still in bearish conditions here on the MACD. That's very important. All right, let's go over to the VIX. Now, look at this trend line. It's held way back to 2024. Again, multiple times, and again recently. So there's two things that I'm looking at. If the market is to go higher, and by higher, I don't necessarily mean breaking out. I mean, if it wants to go to test this downtrend here again, okay? That's important because if that's the case, then we're probably going to see the VIX fall over here to the channel bottom. So this is a great channel from top to top, peak to peak, trough to trough. But we're holding on today specifically to this trend line down here. Now, we don't have to have a reversal specific candle, but we don't have anything yet. So Monday, possibly, maybe we see a little bit of downside and a wick through, or maybe we get a reversal candle that's like this one. You have that big red candle, and then you have a hammer candle that creates an inside day. So that, there's lots of ways that things can reverse. Look at this one. Like you had this big red candle, and then you had this inverse hammer to get your reversal. Okay, so we don't have a reversal candle here at this point, but we're sitting here right on a major trend line. If we do dip down below, then we have the channel bottom, and I think that's just as far as we get. So to explain this in cycle time wise, we're looking at the at 1228 being the ideal cycle low, plus or minus 3 days. So I'm going to ask, are we going to go straight? Nothing goes in a straight line, but well, I mean, this did. Are we going to go straight down here into the 28th zone, or are we going to get some sort of higher low into that zone and then we continue moving higher? Those are kind of the questions I'm going to ask. That would be this scenario here. It's like you're getting these higher lows. You get this nice big wick here right on the low there, but then obviously that became a downtrend because those lows were taken out. So that would be a daily cycle low. That low was taken out, and that confirms a downtrend. Okay, in this case, I'm going to look for an uptrend. All right, let's go through. We have IBIT messing around. We get a little bit of a bounce today, but messing around with this flag. You know, I could try to redraw this in a couple different ways. Is it making A, B, and then a C up here? Or is it falling directly below? No decisive move yet, just kind of the same range. MJ's into that buy area, you guys. So I've been looking at this. Today we bought some Tilray. I suspect that we'll look for a reversal candle somewhere around here. We have this big gap that we're starting to get into. I know that there's a wick there, but I always count that gap from top to bottom. I don't like to draw too many gaps on daily time frames, but this is worth it because it's so big. Do we close a gap? I don't think so. If we close this gap, I think that's a lot more bearish than what we think. Okay, but here is my risk. Okay, I think that we either start our movement up here, our higher low, or this is the zone all the way down here to the 50 and the 100 moving average, which is prior support here and resistance. So we have a lot of space that we can move into, and then you can use your retracement tools if you feel such, but it really just says the same thing in my opinion. And we're past that 50%, you see right there. So we're in that golden ratio, the golden pocket they call it. And so you have that 62% retracement, just a little bit lower, and the 65, a little zone there. So I do suspect that we'll start to continue this move and break out. And since it's, you know, the news is in the air and things are changing, it's shifting. I like this. I like MJ so much. And if you're not in it yet, this is a good opportunity because we're not going to see these levels probably again, ever. Okay. Let's go to SPY. And on the 65, we're still looking at the same wave count. Now, I have a 1-2-1-2 scenario right here that's not negated, but if we do see price go up a little bit further, then it's pretty much a solid just 1-2 for me. All right, now it's very difficult for me to argue going into holiday weeks, 2 weeks in a row where we have a short week, to argue that we're going to be bearish in there. Okay, I get it, seasonality, but the setup is here, and it's, my gosh, you guys, you just can't get caught with your pants down. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now is this rejection off the 50% here, and to continue our wave 3 lower. And now there's two ways you can look at it. All right, if it's just a 1-2 setup, then we're looking at, oh, that happened quick. We're looking at a target for wave 3 at minimum to get extension down to about 650 area. That's just for a 1-2 setup, and that's very bearish because we didn't go very deep there. But if we have 2 degrees that we're looking at, and that's a 1-2-1-2, then we have this one right here. And we get down to 657. So it doesn't change a whole lot, but this would be where we put our purple one if this is the case. And then we probably get a 4-5 and then a 4-5. Okay, so that's the setup between. So I don't have all my purple ones here. I'll fill that in later. But then after the purple resolves, then you have a wave 3 in yellow, and a 4 bounce, and a 5 that goes and tests that neckline down there to set us up for a head and shoulder. All right, so that's our bearish scenario we're looking at going into the next several weeks here. And I don't know how long this stuff will take because of low volume. All right, but here is the kicker, you guys. Look at the 65, and here's our traditional look, and this is the things we're going to. Here's our 2 scenarios, because I know that tons of people are looking for a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. There's your measured move. We make a new high here, about 690 going into the weeks. But what I told the members, I said, look at this choppy action. We went down to the 5-minute, and there's nothing but chop, chop, chop. So what it's telling me is this is either nesting and getting ready for that big explosive move going into next week. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, boom. Or where I think this is headed, and I think it's lower, we have this bearish rising wedge, and guess what? We have this, as of this hour that I made this video, we have a negative divergence in the RSI with that candle close that just happened. So boom, boom. And then what I pointed out was when you have these negative divergence kind of downtrends here, a lot of times those downtrend lines continue. All right. And that's what gives us our lower highs. And so that would be our continuation where we had lower, lower, high, lower, high. All right. And we're starting to possibly get a reversal candle here and start our reversal. I don't know if anything's really going to happen today. We're kind of pinned at that 680 point. And then same thing here. And then guess what? We're rolling over on the slow stochastic. And with the next candle or any red candle, I suspect that we'll have a sell signal. Okay, so digging in here, here's the Darkpool prints that were just flying. Okay, we can't get it. We're stuck underneath there. Now you could call this an ascending triangle if you draw a line horizontal, but I'm drawing it with the bodies, and plus we made an incremental new high here with a negative divergence from this peak, a reversal candle off of the 680.72. All right, retesting it again right there. I think the odds are starting to face that we're gonna reverse going into next week, and then we'll have some other levels from the dark pools that are available as they keep printing. And you know, the dark pools are not always this active. When they are, my gosh, we have them on QQQ, IWM. I just don't see that often, and they were just rolling in. So we'll see how this plays out. We break out here, and you know, we do have I put on hedges out to not Monday, but the Monday following. And the reason why I did that is because I want to give a full week. My guess is that we stop here for the day, and that we have 100-point move to the upside or downside. That's 10 points in SPY. All right, and that gives us that measured move about 690, and so I have 690s calls out to I can't remember the date, but if the 22nd is Monday, it's the 29th, I believe. All right, so that's how I'm doing it. I can give you a hint of what happens in the members' videos and in the Discord. But this is our pattern shape here, traditional look. And you saw the negative divergence, and that's where we're at, you guys. So thanks for joining us here at OptionsTender, okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we never finish with it. We always finish with the VIX. And know that we're on a trend line. We're right here, right there, right now. So we could go a little bit further, like I said, and visit that channel bottom. And all that would do is bring us to close some of these gaps here and gap support, and probably give us a positive divergence on the daily time frame as well. So the setup is there, either from this point, like I said, just a little bit lower. All right, thanks for joining us here, OptionsTender.